So here we are at the Jacobs residence, and we are going to be looking at some of the design elements that we covered at today's meeting, just to give a review to share with other people and just a little recap of some of the things that we covered. So let's jump into the stairway. And basically what we have is a wood framed with wood trim and wood handrail and wood post infilled with a metal and tensioned cable railing system. So we have at the bottom here, this is the structural post that's going to hold up that new beam. It's wrapped in wood, and we're putting a metal post next to that and going up the stairway to the top. Our transition is a little bit of a larger wood post that helps us cleanly turn the corner here to the upper balcony. And then coming back along the balcony railing, you can see that we have a piece of wood trim at the bottom that we talked about having a lip with a LED light that could give a nice continuous path light here for the balcony up above. So that's how the stair is looking there. And let's take a look outside how this railing system turns and comes conceptually outside here continuously to the deck, the balcony up above. So we have the same system, wood railing, wood posts, wood trim at the bottom, infilled with metal and the cable system. And outside, we talked about having an LED light on the underside of the handrail that would light the balcony up above and also give a nice lighting highlight to the deck rail, which is going to look really nice. So we also talked about this language could also come down into the landscape design, railing along the edge of the patio down below to really tie that together. And we could do the same LED lighting system there as well. So that is the railing that we looked at. So let's jump over here to Luke's room. Look at what we covered in here. So we're going to look at adding a piece of some wood on the media wall that will kind of just frame the TV and media area. We talked about maybe some simple storage in that area, but mainly we're going to have the main storage over here above the desk with some fixed shelving, and then we're going to make sure all the media lines run in a media outlets from this wall over to behind the TV in here. And looking at the Luke's bathroom, we're going to do a 3/4 high glass wall here to separate the shower from the bathroom with a walk-in shower with no door there. And we're looking at a pedestal toilet paper dispenser at that toilet. So let's go up to Maya's bathroom. So we have the new proposed lights up here that we are looking at. And then we also looked at having a wider mirror, which is actually the one I think we all preferred. Aesthetically, they're about the same, but it's just going to be nicer having that larger mirror up here. I think it's going to be really nice. So let's go check out the master bath and the fireplace that we're looking at up here. So this is just conceptual right now, but essentially a ethanol fireplace in here right at the head of the bath, which will be really cool. But then conceptually we'll have the trim will be a darker material, and we don't know yet whether or not we'll do this in metal or a tile or stone. But basically, conceptually, it will be the marble slab with the fireplace with a dark trim, conceptually is what we're looking at there. And let's jump over to the master bedroom also and the fireplace. So this fireplace conceptually will be a shiplap wood, and we're looking at a burnt Japanese material for that, or dark stained shiplap, which would match with what we have going on down here with the white shiplap, with a darker shiplap. This is just a really nice arrangement with the fireplace, with the TV above, which when it's off will just go black and blend right in with that wall. It won't be like a glaring television on the wall. It will really blend nicely with a nice sunset out the window. This will just be a great place to hang out. Oh, let's also check out the heat pump above the in the living room that we discussed. So we're looking at the preferred location for the HVAC company is on this wall blowing towards the heat source, which is going to be these windows for the best comfort level in the room. So we just wanted to aesthetically look at the heat pump above the front door, and we needed to raise these basket chandeliers at the advice of the heat pump company 12 inches above this, so the air blowing out does not make these rock and sway. So this is the look with those raised. We also could look at this is with it down, and we looked at the heat pump over here on this wall between the kitchen and the living room, and this ends up being just very prominent at your eye level right when you walk in the door. And so the preferred location was above the front door, and this gives a really nice view also from the entry of the house, where these basket chandeliers will just glow in this upper clerestory window as you approach the front door from the outside, and that'll just be a really nice look there as well. So we also were going to look at some, just quickly check and see if there's any cost-effective alternative locations instead of a wall-mounted heat pump, potentially looking at it, putting a heat pump inside this cavity with a vent up here that could blow air directly towards us into this space, and checking with the HVAC company and see if that would be viable and not add too much cost. And the other spot would be in the cavity here behind or above the fireplace, potentially a unit there with a vent along this window blowing air down and into the space again. So we're going to look at those two locations as options to consider. So I think that sums up the areas that we looked at today, and we're going to be digging into more detail with materials and detailing and drawing those up for more instruction for the builders to build. So hope that helps. Oh, one last thing we covered, and we can just wrap it up with a fly around. We talked about lighting fixtures on the side of the garage here that would work in tandem with landscaping lighting along the path and entry to the house. And these perhaps are smaller versions of these fixtures. We talked about also the ability to light the side of the house over here, which we're going to do with LED lighting along the fence opposite the house. We already talked about the LED lighting on the railing here and the railing at the patio edge, but then also we wanted to have some light over here on this side of the house. And again, we talked about doing that in the form of LED lighting opposite the house on the fence, just path lighting. So we don't want it to shine in the windows of any of this house or the house next door. So it would be path lighting along the sides of the house over here and also over here. Thank you.